2015. Hi guys, happy 2015. Welcome to the new year and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would talk about my favourite products of 2014. How I'm going to be doing this is if I have two favourites of one thing, I'm going to put both of them in. But if I don't have a favourite of something, I'm not just going to put something in to fill the spot. So that being said, I'm going to crack straight on with my favourite base of the year, which had to be the Laura Mercier oil-free tinted moisturiser. This is my favourite everyday reachable base that I don't have to think about. It's got an SPF of 20 in it and it just looks like skin. It's actually what I've got on today and I just really like it, you know. I think it's really fuss free. I don't have to use a brush, I can just use my hands, and although I have some foundations which I prefer to wear going out, this is honestly what I grab for on a daily basis, so that's why this one's in. Moving on to my favourite concealer, again I only have one for this and that is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. My only issue with this is it costs a lot, basically. Other than that, I really like it. This one is more or less finished, so this will be in an empties video very soon. But yeah, it looks like I haven't even used it, but rest assured I have very much used this. I tend to use this on blemishes rather than under my eyes, but yes, I would highly recommend this concealer. My favourite blush is something that I don't like to talk about because it was limited edition, and that is Stereo Rose by MAC. It's sort of a rosy goldy amazingness blush and I really like this, and I use it more or less every single day. As I said, the reason I don't speak about it all that much is because it was limited edition, so there's no point in me harping on about it, but rest assured I am very much using this and yeah, I can't fault it. I really can't fault it, so love that. Love that. I am going to be including a highlighter, and this was actually a freebie. This isn't even the full size, although I can't imagine the full size being much bigger. This is again from Laura Mercier and it's, I think, their baked highlight in #1. And this is also, I think part of it, the reason I've been gravitating for it so much is it's so small, so it can just fit into my makeup bag. But out of all the highlighters I've got, this is the one that I've used the most this year. Yeah, I just think it's sheeny enough without it being like glittery or too much, so you could wear this during the day or during the night. So yeah, I think that's really good, and I think when I finish this I probably will go out and buy the full thing. My favourite powder this year, again, will probably be no surprise to anyone. It's the NARS Translucent pressed powder. You can also get it in a loose powder form if you so desire, and this is what it looks like. I posted an Instagram post of when I hit pan on this about 6 months ago and I still have it. I think the powder itself is really pressed, so when you're putting a brush in it you don't get loads of excess product, but also that means when you get to sort of this stage it sticks around for a really long time. I do now use a duo fibre brush to pick the product up, so again it is being lighter on the actual pan, but I must say this has lasted me an absolute age. It's definitely worth the price tag and I love this powder. I think it's fantastic. I also thought I would include a contour product, and that is again the Contour Blush Palette by NARS in the shade Olympia. As you can see, I very much hit pan on the yellow side of things, but I just think this is a really fantastic duo and something again which is very good for everyday use. Right, next moving on to eyes, I have 3 palettes to talk about, and I'm going to start with the smaller one, which is the Naked Basics palette. This has been a makeup bag staple for me for the majority of the year. I think it's really versatile for 6 shades, and yeah, again, it's something that I would use all the time. I've hit pan on this, on a daily basis. This is probably what I reach for, simply because of the range of shades are just what I need basically for a normal day. And my 2 big palettes are these guys, which is the Narcissus Eye palette and the Lorac Pro. You could argue that they're very similar. You don't need both, but my god, don't I like both. I did a full-blown standalone video on the Narcissus Eye palette, so I will link that down below for you. When this came out I lost my shit, so both of these I reach for on a regular basis, and I love them. I love them both so much. I got this one obviously right at the beginning of the year, and then this one I got in August, and honestly both of them I love very much. And this one is limited edition, so if you get your hands on the Lorac Pearl, I would if I was you. Also, if I've reviewed any of my favourites, I will leave them down below for you to have a goosey gander of my full thoughts on them. I also have a single shadow which I'd like to include, which is the L'Oreal Infallible Eyeshadow in Amber Rush. This I believe was also my last favourites, but it has been in several before. It looks like this. It's kind of like a pressed pigment and it's sort of like a rosy goldy colour. And honestly, I just think this is just a no fuss shadow that you can just dip your finger in, shove it on your eyelid, and you're done. I am almost done with eyes. I have 2 cream shadow products, one in the form of a stick, which is the By Terry Ombre Black Star in Misty Rock. It's a really interesting colour actually. This is sort of like a, kind of like a rose goldy, pinky colour, which isn't something that I'd usually go for, but it's actually really, really nice. So I definitely recommend that one, but that's obviously got quite a large price tag. I also thought I'd recommend one in the pot, which is MAC Painterly Paint Pot. This is sort of just a flesh toned colour, which again is a product that I don't have to think too much about when I just want a quick covering of my eyelid. It blends super easily, it lasts all the time, and you could also use it as an eye primer as well. I'd highly recommend picking one up which complements your skin tone, and MAC's known for having 1,000,001 shades, so I'm sure you'll find something. And last but not least for eyes, I have to include an eyeliner, and it was always going to be the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner. I love this stuff. I think it's fantastic. I think a lot of people say this and you can't see it on camera. It's got like brush hair, so that's kind of like a brush. I feel the lid is like created so it doesn't dry out. This I've had for 6 months and I used it today, no problem. It's honestly worth the money because you'll probably go through about 2 or 3 of normal ones before you finish this one, and it's always staying sharp, it's always jet black, it's just fantastic. I love this eyeliner, it's fantastic, I cannot recommend it enough. Next up for lips, I was quite strict on myself. I've got 1 bright, 1 neutral and 1 balm. I'm going to start with the balm, which is the Rêve de Miel by Nux. I just think this is a fantastic balm. You can put it on at night and you will wake up and it is still on your lips. And it's also like a matte balm as well, so even if you just chuck this on your lips, like it's not like really, really glossy and looking like you're trying to cover up your sore lips with like Vaseline or something. But yeah, I'd highly recommend this. It also comes in a stick form if you prefer that. For my neutral colour, I actually don't know where it is at the moment. It's MAC's Brave. This is a prop. I think this is MAC's Angel, which isn't the colour that I wanted. Brave is sort of a brownie toned nude, and it really works well for my skin tone and I really like it. I would have included that if I knew where it was, but I don't, so there's that. And for my bright colour, I have NARS's Red Square, which is a matte lip pencil. This is an orange tone red. I got this back in the spring, and I think because it's just so easy to apply when I want a bold lip, this is what I tend to reach for. I'd highly recommend trying out the matte lip pencil range because I think they're awesome. Cool, that's it for makeup, but I thought I would put an honourable mention in for Zoeva brushes. I discovered these this year and I love them. I think they are, for quality and price, they are literally, they're so good for the amount that they are. They're probably that little bit more expensive than your drugstore brush, but they're definitely nothing like MAC or anything like that, and I love them. I love them so much. I have bought 2 sets of theirs and several other brushes that I've wanted to, so I would highly, highly recommend Zoeva brushes. I think they are awesome. And I also thought I'd put nail varnish in, which is Essie's Wicked. I just love this nail varnish. I just think it's fantastic. And wherever I'm stuck for what nail varnish to wear, I always return to this because I just think it's that right amount of vampy, and I don't care if I'm wearing this in July or December because it's awesome. I also thought I'd put some fragrances in here as well. I've got 1 for daytime and 1 for nighttime. For daytime, I have the Nirvana White by Elizabeth and James. It's just that little bit different, but I think it works really well for the daytime. For my evening fragrance, it is Manifesto by YSL. Again, this is a fragrance that I love and I just think it's elegant and nice, and yeah, I just really like it. I'm so bad at describing scents, so I'm not even going to try, but they both smell really great, obviously, because otherwise I wouldn't put them on my body. I have a couple skincare favourites. I had to put this in here, Bioderma. Like, although it's not a new discovery for me, I use this every single day, so I just had to put Bioderma in here. So yes, I love this stuff. I'm still using this stuff. I still think it rocks. So had to pop that one in there. My serum of choice has been the Aesop Parsley Seed Antioxidant Serum. I know quite a few people had issues with this being sticky, but what I do, which is also another favourite, is I put the Avocado Duo Plus over the top of it, and I feel both of them together together works so well. And this is a product pairing which I have been using ever since I got both of them, which I think was in April. Something to mention about this serum, yes, it's expensive, but you get 3 times the amount of product you would in a normal serum, so that is something to think about. Say this serum was 30 millilitres, that's pricing it just under £15, which I think it's worth, but obviously you have to pay 45 for the 100 millilitres, but I really recommend this. I really do like this, and again, I think if you can't afford that, just go for the Effaclar Duo Plus. I feel it keeps my spots at bay and just feels really nice, and it's just a pleasure to use. And I also thought I'd put my favourite mask in, which is the Aesop Chamomile Concentrate Mask. Again, I feel this keeps my spots at bay, and I love it. I just think it's fantastic. I had to immediately repurchase this when I ran out of my first tub, so I think that says something. I just really would highly recommend this, because I just think it does what it says on the tin, and it just clears your skin up and is, again, just a pleasure to use. I'm going to make a quick stop at body, and I thought I'd include my favourite body wash, which is Sugar Crush by Soap & Glory. This smells like lime. I just really like it. I just really like the smell, and I feel like it's not harsh on your skin, and it's not that expensive either. I think this is around £6 for this massive bottle, and because you have a pump on top, I find you don't use as much. But yeah, I just really like the lime. I thought I'd quickly mention that one. But also something else that I thought I'd mention, the Nivea In Shower Body Moisturiser. This is something I use every single time I shower, and it's changed my shower routine, because I am really lazy with moisturising my body post shower, but I don't have to faff around if I've already done it in the shower, and it takes like maybe an extra minute, and I feel it's worth the minute, you know, so I had to include that one too. And last but not least, I thought I would head to hair. I'm going to start with hair tools, my GHDs, which I haven't got, but always love to the GHDs, they always sort my fringe out. But I thought I'd include this brush by Kent, which is their back combing brush, and because it's curved, I feel like it fits to the head better. It's got the nice pointy end, so you can part your hair if you're back combing it, and I think this is under a tenner, so I definitely think it's worth it, and it's what I've been zhuzhing my hair with the entire year. Another hair tool discovery this year has been the wet brush. This is my lovely matte black one. I prefer these to tangle teasers. Ooh, whoa! I prefer these to tangle teasers, and they're roughly the same price. I got mine off of Cult Beauty, and I just think they do a better job. I just prefer them. I also do like tangle teasers, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I just really like this brush, so I thought I'd put that in there. I've got one hairstyling product that I want to talk about, which is more or less always in my hair, which is the Bumble and Bumble Undressing Cream. This is a matte styling cream which I put in my hair every time that it's wet, and it's £22, which sounds like a lot of money, but honestly I've had this for such a long time, and like I've still got so much to go, and because you use such a tiny amount, I definitely think this is worth the price tag. It just gives like sort of that grit to your hair, you know, that bit of texture to your hair, and I think for me that means I basically don't have to do a lot of my hair in regards to styling, so I definitely appreciate this and will repurchase this time and time again, and as I said, I definitely think it's worth the price tag. So yes, I definitely had to include that one. And my final favourite is a hair mask. Again, I don't think this is going to be any secret. It's a Philip Kingsley Elasticizer. I have a freaking litre of it, so I clearly must like this stuff if that's what I want to spend my money on. But yes, I can't complain about this stuff. I think this has changed my hair routine. I think it's just fantastic. I use this probably roughly once a week or every 10 days. And I can't sing its praises enough. I think it's changed my hair for the better. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my favourites. I shall see you again very soon. I hope the beginning of your year has been fantastic, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye guys. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to film for you a short but sweet December favourite.